Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Game, or fuck, Robot Lumberjack Radio. Yeah, it's gone. Never coming back, ever. Studio. Yeah. What's that monster in the background, Josh? Why does it look like Slender Man? I mean, it does look pretty cool. Really, it really ties the room together. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Josh not beating the allegations this week. Never. I wonder what that monster of a cock looks like. Is it weird looking, or does it look like an actual penis? I just need to know, does it look like an actual dick? How true is this cock? The world must know. Triffids, I need to know what your penis looks like. Are you sure you want to know? Do you want to know more? Josh, yes. This is important information. What does your dick look like? What does the female pussy look like on a monster? Look, man, I as a member of the Monster Fucker Society, here's my Monster Fucker permit. Allow me to tell you. Allow me to tell you. Hold on, let me send Ben a message. Ben, do you have a Monster Fucker permit? Question mark. We're done for this. Well, it's like, it could be worse. We could be a group of adventurers and we could be with our female bard. She goes, we're done. And we could be saying, we're done for. This dragon is too strong for us. We have no way. We have to find a way to escape. And then the bard goes, don't worry, guys. I'll take care of him. And I go, what are you going to do? And the bard goes, I'll try to seduce him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In other news, Josh was being a nerd. I was working my other job, my real job. Is that the one that you had the fucking helmet? Mm-hmm. Josh, I'm just going to say this once. We're going to send you the penis explosion chamber and have your penis exploded immediately. Okay? Because you're making me really sad right now. I just have to say this as your friend. Because as a Halo fan who's really poor, you could have given me those statues, or at least one of them. And oh, did so? Mm-hmm. This is Josh, who back in the day, and I just want to inform everybody, was made fun of live on the podcast multiple times over about buying amiibos. That's nice. I worked. That's nice. You also have a job that pays you really well. I don't. Fuck you. Yeah. You tried to help. I will give you that. You were like, Jeff's a really good hire. You should hire him. And then your employees were like, nope. Okay. That's the end of Jeff. Yeah. Yeah. Emotions. I was sitting there screaming Duff Smuff, and they were going, "You're a fucking stupid person." It was so. It was not. I didn't say the gamer word. Fuck you. Mine was made. Hey, you can always tell the person who is not that intelligent because they don't understand that, like, the personal insult. There's like three levels of personal insult. There's the personal insult of like, I actually don't give a shit about you. There's the personal insult that's like, I don't actually give a shit about you, but you piss me off enough that I'm going to start using the gamer word. And then there's the personal poignant insult where you just are like, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Here's why you're a piece of shit. Let me explain to you why you're a piece of shit. You see this pie chart right here explaining to you why you're a piece of shit? Good. This is the graph that shows how much people fucking hate you and how big of a piece of shit you are. I love that one. I love doing that. No joke. Yeah, well, you're a poopy butthole. You know, my other personal favorite is the one where you're like, are you retarded? They're like, no, and it's like, huh, could have fared, go fair. You know, you're really confusing me right now, dude. I'm just saying, you know. They're like, what does that supposed to mean? You're like, you know exactly what I mean. We were talking about your nerd sales and how you sold stuff that I didn't even know I wanted. No, it's like me and my NES. It's like, do you want this NES? No, fuck, dude, dude. If we ever get a studio, I want to like have like a little section where we just do live streams. So we can do like Friday night, like we can do like, hey, like some night streaming, live stream, right? Right. So I want to have like in the set, I want to have the nest sitting up on the shelf in the back. So I think that would be cool. But yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it was like the number one or number two game of all time, and then Star Wars died, and they were like, we can't sell shit. No, buy me. Please, I need your money. Please, please, please let you give you my money. Look, I'm not saying that you. He's like, I'm not. This is Josh. This is how Josh is selling. Look, I'm not saying that you are currently holding my money, but you are currently holding my money. I'm just saying. I'm not saying jack shit. Yeah, you know how I see you holding my $20. Okay, see that big pile of money over there? That's mine. That's my money. And you're gonna go get it. That's my money. Now you're gonna go give me my money, okay? Do I make myself clear? And then Josh is like, and then the person's like, what? And then Josh goes, no, this is money, my money. And then Josh starts to start like kicking them in the face. Where's my money? Where's my money? Mm, that's a good table. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're gonna set up the table, nephew. I don't want to set up the table. You're setting up the table. You're setting it up. For $50. Oh, that you so you got ripped off. That's what I'm hearing. I would have done it for free. Okay, well, next time, Josh, you let me know, and I'll happily help there. I'm selling this useless gunpla I bought. Yes, Why are you selling this gunpla that you bought? Because it has fucking stiletto. Because reasons. Maybe we should. Maybe we should get some shirt. Maybe we should get some merch and stuff like that, and we can print some like 3D models of like stupid characters and stuff. We had a shirt that had our logo on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The official robot lumberjack PR piece. I don't know. I'll message Wilford and be like, "Hey, Wilford, I have a question to ask you. I need you to model something." And then I'll be like, "You can take artistic license. Here's the lore. Go insane. Have fun." No. Tentacle monster. The point would be to like sell it as like a little thing that like, and then like with like a like with have like a bunch of like army painter paints or something like that. So you have like army painter. So it's like they're all primed and everything like that, and then we just sell them in like a baggie. So it's like here's your bag of robot lumberjack. Here's the plastic bag of like plastic shit, and the person's sitting there going, "Okay." And it's like literally like if we want to be even funnier, what we do is we stick white powder in a bag. Yeah, yeah. And then like maybe one or two of them they get like card boosters. Here, yeah, this is like $20. This is like 50 if you want the card booster. Why does the one with card booster cost 50? Because it costs fucking money in order to get a box of cards, you fucking dumbass. Yeah. No, no, because by the time that because what we're probably going to do is we're probably going to be just like about if everything goes to plan and Desmond doesn't suddenly get smart. Well, yes, I'm saying this live on air, Desmond. You can use this in the lawsuit. But by that point in time, like we should be far enough ahead where it's like, hey, we can probably start showing off the game a bit and talking a bit about what we've been working on and all of that fun shit. So we can probably do a little bit here and there and move forward. So mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Peter Griffin. Yes, this block is actually from the game. Yes. Well, don't. You're worrying about something that's not actually real. You should stop worrying about it. I now moving on. I played a video game. Mm-hmm. I played Keeper. It is Keeper-tastic. It's great. I love it. It's so much fun. You're playing as a sentient lighthouse, and so you're playing as this lighthouse that, like, for no explanation, just starts walking around, and it's like basically a giant fucking. How do I put it? It's a giant fuck you of a structure. So it's like you're watching it and it walks around and it's looking like a spider and has and you're like, oh, this is kind of cool and stuff like that. And like as you're watching it, you're like watching this thing walk around and you're like, huh, that's kind of weird. And by weird, I mean it's interesting and stuff. So I'll be honest, I've enjoyed it. It's very fun. It's a pretty good, interesting product. Um, and how do I put it? It's a very good little device that works really good. Um, yeah, like it's fun. I'm like 30, 40 minutes in, and I think that like I'm having a lot of fun with it as a video game concept. But I just I just really am enjoying this like game so far, and I want to play it more and more and more. And as a Double Fine product, like every single time you play it, you're like, oh, right, this has that Double Fine esque appearance and stuff like that. So yeah, Double Fine. It was developed by Double Fine. Mm-hmm. It's a fun video game, and Every sense of the word and everything like that. So, yeah. Well, I believe I also like mentioned it to you in passing, and I was like, we talked about it once, and I was like, yeah, this game is a game where you play as a lighthouse. And then I was like, non-ironically said, yeah, it's a game that you play as a lighthouse. Don't ask me how this makes sense, but I'm actually into this idea. It, Josh, everything is $40 in Canada. I I can't tell if you're joking or not, but like, I wouldn't be surprised. Our economy's in the shit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just forgot about something. Fuck. I said I was going to do something this weekend. And I completely forgot to do it, so now I'm doing it now. Mm-hmm. 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 Look, I want a very nice coffin. Mm-hmm. 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 Understandable. Um. Yeah. No. Like that. That sounds awesome and like stuff like that. So like, is it like a 2D platform or something like that, or a 3D platform? Oh. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Game good. Game. Yes. 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 Don't mind me. I'm busy making a list for my BattleTech game. So far, I'm thinking that I need to upgrade. I'm going with some stuff right now. Yeah, there are things. They're plans. I have plans. They're not good plans. There are plans. Um, I did find nothing else to talk about this week, unfortunately. So, but then this morning, Josh, you're not going to believe me. I found something that you'll probably go, oh my God, I can't believe that this is happening. I can't believe that this is fucking happening. And I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. It is something that most of us will never ever forget in the entirety of our lives. We will always remember it. But I'm just going to say it very plainly. Basically, we came to a conclusion this week that Call of Duty is bad. It's awful, apparently. It's the worst thing they have ever done. And you know what's funny? Is they're all saying, oh my God, Call of Duty is so bad. It's so bad. It's just awful. So terrible. And it's like you're watching it and you're like, man, I actually kind of want to play this game. This game seems crazy enough and stupid that I kind of want to play it. So, it generally looks the weirdest I've ever seen in my entire life. So I'm gonna play it, and we're gonna let know. But like, apparently, what ends up happening is that you basically are in a nightmare realm of horrible shit going on. So it's like, oh, okay, great. So that's one of the things that we learned, and then the other thing that we learned is we can run a Hetzer. Yeah, we're gonna run a Hetzer. And well, one of the things that we've learned is like it's just so stupid to figure out, and I'm just like, I'm having fun. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna have so much fun. And yeah, it's insane how crazy the world is. If that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, like, there's not a whole lot to talk about because I haven't seen it, but all I've seen is like people being like constantly like, I fucking hate this game. This game is bad. This game doesn't do what I want it to do. And then you have other people like me being like, why is game bad? And they're like, game bad. And I'm like, is game bad because game bad, or game bad because other reason game bad? No, game bad because game bad. Just game bad. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. You know, you feel that the game's bad. Yeah, game bad. Okay. Do you want to talk about it? No, not really. Game bad. Okay. Cool. Fantastic. Game just bad. Okay. Good to know. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. That would make sense. The other thing is like, the other thing I'm hearing is like people were like actually like, game bad, and I'm like, is it actually bad? And they're like, yes. Yeah, it's just so awful. It's so awful. I don't know. I don't know. I I mean, like as a fan of Call of Duty, I'm like kind of like disappointed, but whatever. Like, ugh. Yeah, it's just like you're watching this thing and it's kind of getting worse and worse and worse, and then you're like, okay, like it's just okay. Like if this doesn't work, I guess that like this game is just gonna fail, and then you're like watching it like slowly die, and you're like, huh, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel kind of sad knowing that like Call of Duty is dying a horrible death, but you know what? There's not a whole lot I can do except for like being slightly sad and moving on with my day. And like the other part of me is more along the lines of a kind of like, Call of Duty's been around for like 20 plus years. It kind of deserves like what's happening to it, where it's like the slow, inevitable death. The game is just like so fucking like it was they've had that resurgence, and they've been kind of like asking for something like this for a while, where it's like, hey, and you know what? At least they're doing something unique. That's the thing that kind of is like shocking to me, is like they're like, we're going to do something unique this year. And we're just going to do something unique. It's just going to be something simple that you can kind of play, and we're going to see how it kind of goes. And the fact is that like everybody's bouncing off of it to the point of where it's like, they're like, good, game not good, game not what I want. And it's like, okay, well, I'll try it and I'll see how I feel about it afterwards. I mean, I have Game Pass, so like I can kind of afford to do that, but like, whatever. Right? Yeah. That's the thing. So, yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Mm-hmm. I'm going to play a lot of three, Jeff. Next week, you better hear me talking about three. Let Josh know we're not talking about No More Heroes. No, we're talking about No More Heroes. Okay, Josh, you're scaring me. Josh, you're scaring me. No More Heroes. Okay. Oh, okay, Josh. Yes, we'll talk about No More Heroes. You're you're just saying No More Heroes, and I'm just going like I'm kind of concerned. Rabbit, 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 rabbit. Row, fight the power. Row, fight the power. Punch the unpunchable. Break the unbreakable. Row, fight the power. Hold on. I need to upload that song to Suno and then make a cover, because I can now do that. Yes, we need to make a cover. That's going to be the outro this week. Thanks, Josh. Yeah. Continue to cite. Oh my god, it's unreachable. God damn it. Okay, but we're going to do the impossible, break the unbreakable, row, fight the power. And we're going to do that. and we're be the unbreakable. Row, row, fight the power. Thank you for listening to us every Thursday. Listen to us every Thursday on the Robot Lumberjack Radio YouTube channel, podcast channel, and whatever podcasting app for your choice. Okay. You're gonna be the best. If you listen to the radio, you're gonna be the best person around. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a like, and tell us how much you hate us and our guts, and how you think that we're worthless pieces of garbage. Not Josh, of course. Me, if you want. If you do that to Josh, I will come and find you, listener, and I will. I don't know what I'll do. I'll do something smart. I will find you, and then we'll have a chat right over there. You'll sit down in that chair right there. You'll be like Jeff. I don't want to talk. And I'll be like, just have a seat right over there, right over here. Why did you say that about Josh? And then you'll be like. Because Josh is a stupid, dumb meathead. I don't really like that. You shouldn't say that about my friend there, Josh. Okay? Is your online name Eat That Pussy 999? Is your online name Eat That Ass 88? Now, mister, I want you to know that 88 is actually a Nazi terminology used by the Aryan Fourth Reich. And what you just posted was something very akin to hate speech. I have contacted the FBI in order to actually hunt you down. There was too much for our servers. We were actually concerned for a second, okay? Well, Josh did. I was just like, Thank you for listening. Have a good night. Okay, we're gonna download Black Ops 7 right now. Okay. Okay. Install with Game Pass. Choose what to install. I just want the campaign. I just want the campaign. I just want to know how fucking fucked up they made it. Positive. What do I uninstall? I could uninstall. Okay, I'm going to keep those shadows on there, and then I'm going to look for a game I haven't. Yep. Okay, we're going to do those two. No, hold on. First Ascendant can get uninstalled, and I just need to know how fucking insane this game is going to be. So we'll uninstall that too. Cool. Now we'll have Call of Duty, and we can talk about Call of Duty next week and how horrible the new campaign is. Yeah, have you heard about what this game is? Okay. It is okay. I'm just gonna send you a video, and you're gonna be like, "That's Call of Duty." Okay. 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 It's in general. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. He's going fucking batshit insane, and now you're facing an enemy on the USS Obama, and suddenly you're facing an enemy in the USS Obama 10 years ago to the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't you want to don't when you heard Call of Duty, do you think of like Shadow of the Colossus boss fights? This is like the most un-Call of Duty-esque game I've ever seen in my entire life. No, you want to know what they did? They were like, how do we do something unique? And then somebody was like, that's a stupid question. Why would you say that? That's really stupid. And then suddenly somebody like snapped their finger and goes, I got it. And the guy goes, what? They exist in a dream world. Oh. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shall we sink? Okay. Sink in 3, 2, 1.